Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a video today on living from your spirit, living in surrender to your soul, to your higher self. And honestly, what does that even look like in our day-to-day life? What does that look like in a physical kind of way in our reality? Because so many of the things we talk about, they feel so metaphorical or kind of in spiritual language that it sounds amazing. It uplifts the spirit when we hear it. It feels like our truth. It resonates for us. But then we have to actually take that, and then how does that translate to when I wake up in the morning? How does it translate to when I'm getting ready for work? How does it translate to, grocery shopping or driving or just functioning on a day-to-day basis? Because we are still in this reality where we are doing the actions. We are holding jobs. We are interacting with other people. We are interacting with family. We are doing interactions with people who are living in all sorts of different dimensional spaces within their awareness. And as we hold a higher consciousness and a higher awareness, what does that mean for how we are the gift that we are? How do we find more ways to love more? So I just wanted to talk a little bit about some ideas, just some of the ways that we can be our higher self more in every moment. And the very first thing that I would suggest is that when you wake up in the morning, not only is paying attention to your dreams so vital and so important. What did you dream? How did it feel for you? What was the dream or the night like for you? Even if it's just a feeling or an impression and you don't have any actual cognitive memory of any of your dreams and can't remember any of them, if you can grab the feeling, that is one of the first signatures for you about what you're processing, what your guides are doing for you, where you are traveling at night, or what kind of work that you are doing on whatever level, be it emotional, spiritual, clearing karma, any of that stuff. So pay attention to the dreams. And then within that, realize that every time we wake up in the morning, that it's an opportunity for us to be brand new. It's an opportunity for us to do today completely different than yesterday if we are choosing. But the majority of the time we fall into routines, and therefore the state of our actions perpetuates our life so that it seems as though it's just playing out the same all the time. And if we truly want change, change means that we need to change. We need to do something different. So one, notice your dreams when you wake up. What did they feel like? Two, my next most important thing that I feel is vital for the day is to do your declaration of intention. What are you declaring? The declaration of intention is really about surrendering your ego back to God, surrendering your ego back to your higher self, to be in a state of moving from soul, moving from spirit, moving from your higher self. So your declaration of intention is really your statement to yourself, honestly, to yourself, that this is what you are intending, this is what you're choosing to create in your reality. Make your declaration of intention the best declaration of intention for you. It needs to mean something to you. The words need to have a frequency and a vibration that matter to you, that uplift you, that tingle you, that you feel it viscerally when you say it. So do your declaration of intention every morning. Let that be what kind of sets the pace for your day. Secondly, and you could blend these, I like to blend these, but is to do the declaration of intention within the shower. But the shower, when you take a shower, when you get your first glass of water, however you're first interacting with water, but again, the shower is such a powerful place to do this work, is to begin to do these prayers of intention, these declarations of intention, prayers, connection, setting your 12th dimensional shield, setting your sacred space around you, reattuning yourself to your Christ avatar God self blueprint, all of that. If you can do that within the shower, that means now your shower is a sacred moment for you. You're not just wandering in your thoughts and doing the actions and hurrying in your day. Everything is starting to turn inwardly into a state of being self-directed, so that you are setting all of your day up from a sacred space of being, a sacred intention. So now your shower has become yet another intention, or a declaration of intention. And also, you are now reaffirming your memories of connecting with water, the sacredness of water, praying into the water, acknowledging that the water carries memory, that the water has a structure. Now you're praying into the water, you're restructuring your water, you're changing it. All of the water that's going down is now going also into the earth. It's going through the pipes and out on its journey. So now you are blessing the water as it's leaving. You can pull your awareness back into you. What is the water in your body experiencing? Now you are able to begin to shift yourself on a physical level by raising the vibration, restructuring your water, blessing your water, loving your water that's flowing through your blood, through your body, through your muscles, through your tissues, through every part of you. You are restructuring yourself and realigning yourself back into your divine crystalline form, because water is a liquid form of crystal. So now you are in another level, reconnecting with spirit through a physical, tangible moment within your day. This allows you now that when you brush your teeth, when you go make your tea or coffee, when you make your breakfast, when you make your lunch, and anytime you touch water, wash your hands, you are already resetting your habits in order to be able to bless the water every time you come in awareness with it, because this will start to translate to every place you go, every person that you connect with. You can bless and love the water within them, and that is one powerful way to promote the blessings and intentions of your spirit. The third actually way now within the day is mindfulness. We talk about mindfulness all the time, and it's this word that, like, it sounds great, but when you're busy in your day, how do you stay mindful? Mindfulness is about paying attention to my thoughts, being the observer of myself. So now I'm going through my day, I'm getting dressed, I'm getting ready. How do I feel about my day? Am I super excited for my day? Am I feeling tired? Am I dragging? What is going on? And in that, now I'm an observer, and I can watch these thoughts. And as I'm doing this, I'm realizing, great, I can bless these thoughts. I can ask where they're coming from. Are they mine, or are they someone else's? And if they're someone else's, I do the clearing work. I am constantly moving out all of the things, just as you would continually be picking up your home and cleaning your home and doing what you need to do to keep your home a sacred space. Your internal landscape, your emotions and your mind and your subconscious is your home. We need to pick it up and clean it and be aware of it too. So it's a part of being mindful in that. So in that, in my day as I go, I'm being mindful of where my thoughts are, because every time I let my thoughts wander, every time I start to go into what you might call like a daydream state, or drifting off in my thoughts, I like to use washing dishes as an example. Many of us are not mindful at all when we're washing dishes. We're thinking about something else when we're washing dishes. But the truth of it is if you could now be the observer of yourself washing dishes, where did your thoughts go? Did they go to the past? Did they go to the future? Did they go to some memories? Did they go to replay some scenario that you were going through? Did you get stuck in some loophole of some scenario that is being broadcast out on a planetary scape? So are you thinking about, things that are going on in politics or on the news or in some story that a coworker told you about? Are you letting your thoughts go into somebody else's story, not even your story? Anytime your mind is being pulled into these tangents like that, so that you're not in a mindful state of the now, but now you're in the past, you're in the future, you're in someone else's thoughts, that is where our energy is being leaked away from us. It's seeping away. We're draining our energy, our life force, our chi, and our vitality out. In any and all of those moments that those are happening. And it's our gift to use mindfulness to come back into the present so that we can actually seal up the portals. We can restructure our space so that it is creating a vital space, and our thoughts are only going where we are choosing for them to go. Because if we're thinking these thoughts just randomly and letting them go all over the place, those thoughts that we're not paying attention to are still manifesting our reality. They are still creating the reality that we see around us and that we are experiencing. And so now we are going, okay, no. These are not mine. I'm not choosing those. I'm coming back into the present. The present means that I might pay attention more to the water in my hands. I might pay attention more to how I'm breathing. I might pay attention more to the air and the energy of the room. I might be able to pick up better what's going on in the kitchen. Maybe the kitchen energy needs clearing. Maybe the house needs vitality. I can increase my 12th dimensional shield to create a vortex of energy around me that's constantly circulating in that counterclockwise motion, so that everywhere I go and everything that I am experiencing around me, I am actually creating an energetic field around me that is revitalizing the space around me, that I'm mindfully in the present moment noticing. So that is extremely a powerful way to be. Now, the next thing in surrendering or being one with spirit is remembering that all of us is God's source, infinite source, source light. All of us. This physical vehicle, this physical body that we're in. That is one of the most powerful ways that I bring myself into service within this incarnation and as this being that I am. Is I can sit and I can look at this physical body and realize that every cell, every atom, every molecule, every single bit of me is an expression of God's source having an experience in this physical reality. And that I, in this vehicle, am housed in God's source, yet I am only a part of God's source, because everything around me is also a part of God's source, and therefore I'm interacting. And this is where water comes into play again, because if I'm with another person, it's so easy to begin to see that exchange of energy and upliftment between. So one example I like to give is, maybe I'm not feeling super vital and I'm feeling a little tired and I am not as excited to go do a long day at the office. And in that, I've had these experiences, and what I do is in that moment, I take a deep breath. Again, the breath brings us back into the now. And as I take a deep breath, I come back into the now and I just acknowledge, thank you, body, for showing me that I need more rest. Thank you for showing me that I have not recharged myself as much as I need to. But I'm also honoring that I have created this beautiful day and this beautiful opportunity to come in contact with each person that I am going to see and meet and be with today. How can I be of service to each individual? How can I be a vessel of love? How can I love more in every moment in order to honor and see the God in each being that I am with? How can I be exactly what it is that they need for their God spirit to be more today? And so now, in that moment of first being tired, I have taken a breath and I've brought myself back into my declaration, my intention, my purpose. My purpose is to be more. My purpose is to be on this path of awakening. My purpose is to be a pillar of first cause light in this reality, so that I can expand the beauty of the law of one. And now I've remembered that I created today. And so I'm surrendering to allow my spirit, my soul, my higher self to move through me, to move through this vehicle that is God's source light, And I'm surrendering all of this back to God and stepping my ego out of the way so that I am, for each individual that I come in contact with today, that I am a reflection or an expression of God getting to love those that I come in contact with. How can I be more? What can I be? Maybe it's a smile. Maybe it's just being present, being so there with them that I am listening so that they feel heard, they feel appreciated, and they feel loved. It's not complicated living in surrender to Source, living in surrender to our higher self, acknowledging that this ego is an interface in this reality, and that unfortunately it got swayed by the mind and all the programmings and all of the beliefs that we've bought into. And now we've gotten to audit all of those and realign them back into our truth. Mindfulness, allowing us to assess every single thought that's coming in every moment, whether or not it's in alignment with our higher self, our truth, which is coming back into group consciousness, coming back into being in a state of living by the law of one, which means loving ourselves, being compassionate with ourselves, loving others, being compassionate with them, setting the sanctity of our space. It doesn't mean that we don't set our boundaries. It doesn't mean that we don't say no once in a while and protect ourselves and say what we need to say in order to honor this vessel that we're in or this space that we are creating around us. So now we are taking full responsibility. As a spiritual vessel, we are proclaiming our space around us and living in honor. Living by the law of one means that we are seeing the unity field within all, but we're also acknowledging that not everyone's choosing to live in that unity field. Therefore, every place that we are anchoring the unity field around us now, we are standing up as a guardian to protect it in order to create it and build it and grow it and live it and make that our living reality that we are in. So I wanted just to offer those few ideas for you as far as what it means to surrender. If something comes up where we're getting triggered by something, if something comes up where there's a difficult situation, sometimes it's just as simple as asking, Spirit, Soul, Higher Self, what should I do? What is the best way I can be in this moment? Open-ended questions, and questions that open you to receiving more information, receiving more beauty, receiving more love, receiving more guidance in how to open yourself up more. So in every moment, if something comes up that is maybe feeling uncomfortable or doesn't feel right for you, Spirit, what is the best way that I can be in this moment? How can I be the most neutral, compassionate witness? How can I be more? How can I recreate this so that it is a beauty of unity and living in the law of one for all, so that we can come into balance again and rise our vibration? Because what we're doing is really creating the new dimensional spaces around us. We are stepping our vibration and our frequency into living in a higher dimensional plane of being, a higher level of awareness. Enlightenment means that we are lightening ourselves, which means we are getting rid of what is heavy. We are increasing the vibrational frequency and the spin rate within our cells, which means we're glowing more. We are turning into more light beings. And now we are living at a higher level of consciousness, surrendering to our spirit. We are realizing that we are so much more than our physical body. And in that, we step into that state of being. So now it feels like we're existing in a world that other people don't all, seem foreign, or they're living in their own world. That's okay. Your job is you. Your job is to keep creating that space. Because the more you anchor it, and the more I anchor it, and the more others anchor that space, the more we are setting the network for that, so that we can have a loving space again here, living within the law of one, living within a place of love and unity and harmony, where we are a community, where we are living from compassion. So to me, Surrendering to spirit is surrendering to all of those morals, surrendering to all of those levels of frequencies of being, and asking in every moment, how can I be more? How can I be more? How can I love more today? Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.